The Last of Us Season 1 ran from January 15th, 2023 up to March 12th, 2023 in a very oddly numbered 9-episode season, which seems to be the norm, and I hear that Season 2 is only 7 episodes. So for some reason we're waiting twice as long for seasons of things, and we're getting less episodes of it. It seems a bit bizarre. However, if they believe 7 episodes is all they need to tell whatever they're going to do in Season 2, I can't imagine they're going to get the entirety of the story of the second game into 7 episodes. It would make sense to split the second game's story up over 2 to 3 seasons. I'm happy with that because, I gotta be honest, The Last of Us Season 1 is actually a damn good series. It starts off incredibly strong with the first episode, which is like an hour and a half long. And then each episode after that is just under an hour, apart from the last episode, which is like 40 minutes, which is a bit weird, but we'll get there. Pedro Pascal is cast as Joel Miller and Bella Ramsey as Ellie, and they both do a fantastic job. When they were initially cast, I was very skeptical, but they did a brilliant job, and it feels like the video game, and it looks like the video game. Of course, they did make some changes. The cordyceps no longer give out spores. Some people said that in real life, spores don't just stay in one place; they travel around. But I mean, if you're going to start basing shit on real life, then you're doing a fictitious post-apocalyptic zombie thing. You kind of shoot yourself in the foot. Seems a bit weird. But there you go. They also did include an episode for the Left Behind DLC as well, but showing how Ellie gets bitten. And the story, if you didn't know, the story is Ellie is a young girl. I think she's 14. I think she gets bitten, and effectively she is immune to the cordyceps virus, which was an outbreak that took the world down within one weekend, and then it takes place 20 years afterwards. So Ellie was conceived and brought up in the apocalypse. Joel had to live through it. Joel suffers a massive loss, which is horrific in the game and in the TV show, and he gets tasked with escorting Ellie across America, because nothing happens anywhere else in the world, and she tried to get her to the Fireflies, because the what's left of the government is known as Fedra, basically, and they are just tyrannical and have these QZ zones, in quotes, safe zones for people to live in, and they're just tyrannical and just making everyone's life a misery. And the Fireflies are, from one point of the view, terrorists, from the other side, freedom fighters, depending on which side of the fence you sit. And Joel's tasked with getting Ellie there to see if they can get a cure. But because of Joel's horrific loss, he's obviously very cold and distant, but over the course of their long journey, he grows to care for Ellie, and may or may not then want to let her go. It's a very good story. I love all the new things they put in with showing you before and during the outbreak. That was all really cool as well. The minimal screen time that Joel's daughter Sarah gets at the beginning as well, Sarah, that was really well done as well. You get more than you do in the game, so I did like that too. The way the infected look is fantastic, especially the clickers. The clickers look phenomenal. The sound design is all really awesome. The set design as well is incredible. Like they did a very good job adapting The Last of Us to a TV show, and I only hope the second season is, if it's as good as the first season, great, but I just hope they change up the story a little bit from how it was in the second game, because I really do enjoy the second video game, but I think the story was done a little bit ass over head, just needs to be a little bit switched around. Now my only gripes, and I only have 2, and they revolve around the same thing, is that I think this should have been 10 episodes, because I think there needed to be an episode in between the events of episode 8 and the final episode of episode 9. It feels like we jumped a bit of a step, and I feel as though it was a little bit I think the last 2 episodes do feel like they were maybe just elongating it for the sake of it. Maybe that's why they're only doing 7 episodes in the next season. Maybe, but especially the 9th episode, Look for the Light. It just feels very, I don't know, like they just feel like they're missing something. If you feel that way as well, please pop it in the comments down below. It just felt like everything else up to that was well done, fantastic, but yeah, just the very tail end of it just feels very, oh, quick, let's get over the finish line. But that's just what I think. This is a 9 out of 10 TV series, and I am very much looking forward to the second series. I've watched The Last of Us Season 1 twice now, and I enjoyed it both times. Enjoyed it more on the second viewing, because obviously you do miss bits when you watch things for the first time, so I was quite glad to, whilst rewatching it, that I could find new things within it that I missed. But please let me know in the comments down below what you think of Season 1 of The Last of Us, and as always, thank you very much for watching.